Peace and love, brothers and sisters. Peace and love. Y'all know who it be. It's always here. It's the Aquarian Amateur Warrior, the illogical. I'm here to drop my knowledge and speak my piece about the so-called freedom of speech. Okay? I want to know when the freedom of speech started not mattering to the indigenous people of this land. Okay? That's what I want to know. Because if freedom of speech is supposed to mean something, then why does it only matter to people who are a certain skin color, okay? And I'm not a racist person, okay? I speak my piece and drop that knowledge for all my brothers and sisters across the land and sea. No matter what race, what background, what religion you are. If you of no religion, I don't care. But I have a small problem with my freedom of speech and your freedom of speech is taken away, okay? And that's real talk. How is it that freedom of speech only matters if you a certain skin color, okay? But if you came across the river or came across the ocean or came across on a plane or whatever, or came across a fence or whatever, or you learned all the rules and regulations of another country and you go there, you still gotta abide by their rules and everything, but you can't speak your piece and you can't drop that knowledge without you looking like the bad guy, huh? But this is supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. More like land of the enchained and home of the enslaved, okay? And that's real talk. So peep game, okay? A few days ago, I asked this nice restaurant, first time me ever going there. A while back, I asked them for no bacon on my burger, okay? I don't eat bacon, okay? I'm a healthy person. I'm trying to cut meat completely out of my diet. It's a slow but steady process because I'm a vegetarian. Transition vegetarian. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make here is, brothers and sisters, is how can this be the land of the free and home of the brave when you basically being enslaved, when your mouth is being taped because you can't say what you please, okay? So I asked them to not put bacon on my burger. I brought the sandwich back after there was bacon on my burger. They made me a new sandwich, okay? I let it go the first time. Second time, I go back, I asked for 2 small sandwiches. They gave me 2 big sandwiches and charged me a ridiculous price, okay? I hold my peace. I was like, whatever. I paid for the sandwich, kept it moving. Then, third time, they messed up my order completely. So I'm cracking jokes, with 2 females, whatever. Oh my, we just sitting in the parking lot at the table cracking jokes. They laugh and they rolling because like my name says, the illogical, I'm the sacred clown, okay? I lift people's mood, I make them laugh, I do the opposite of what society wants me to do. But somehow, through the speaker, these people can hear me saying everything that I'm displeased with their unsatisfactory service or whatever. But they cannot hear me saying I don't want bacon on my burger, okay? And to make matters worse, they sitting up here disrespecting me and saying, they even brought me into the store and saying, oh, we're not illiterate, but whoever wrote this list is. I said, okay, it wasn't me who wrote the list. I'm just asking for a friend. But still, I apologize like the gentleman and man that I am, okay? Here's my problem. You took it further and tried to disrespect me and get me put in prison. Now, by the grace of the Almighty and universal law, that didn't happen, okay? But at the same time, you think that you can do that just because you're a different skin color than I am. And then, when I went over there to talk to you, because you escalated the situation far beyond what it needed to be, because your right is always right because you're this color and I'm that color, okay? So, your right is always right, correct? Correct. So, I don't have no freedom of speech. because I'm born the way I am with a different skin color than you do. But I'm not allowed to speak my piece and drop that knowledge about how I feel when you mess up my order. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Okay? And that's real talk. I even apologize, but I go back and I ask to speak to the person who filed this heinous report against me. They tell me to get the F off their property and I'm trespassing. Really? Okay. And then you lie on me to other people I know and say I demanded to speak to you when I did not demand to speak to you at all. I asked. Okay? I asked. Demand is like, I want you here right now. That's demanding. Asking is like, can I please speak to you on some important matters? That's what I did. I asked. As the big man upstairs says, ask and you shall receive. But the only problem I have is, how is this the land of the free and home of the brave when it's more like land of the enchained and home of the still slave? Okay? Because if my freedom of speech and every other quote unquote minority freedom of speech is taken away, then how is this the land of the free and home of the brave? Huh? How? Because if I do a crime, I get 50 years. There's a different person who's not the same skin color as me, and we all know what I'm talking about. So I'm not trying to be, racist or nothing, because I'm not a racist at all. I respect and love all races. But if they a different skin color as me, and they wearing a suit and tie, say something different, then I get the 50 years, and what? They get a slap on the wrist? So I get arrested, and they get a ticket? When really they were in the wrong? So I gotta have a piece of tape put on my mouth. I can't say nothing. But this is supposed to be the land of the free and home of the brave? Really? I don't see it. We are the indigenous people in this supposed land of the free and home of the brave. And half of our people, along with Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and Chinese, and Asians, and Japanese, helped build this country from the ground up. So did our ancestors. So how is it that this is the land of the free and home of the brave, but everybody who does not look like you is basically considered a minority? I was watching this TV show a while back called Utopia Falls. They created a highly perfect society, and they didn't give a crap who spoke what language or whatever, because at the end of the day, when the world crashed and everything, they went into the mountains and made a perfect society where it didn't matter if you were Chinese, Japanese, German, Asian, Puerto Rican, British, whatever race you were, okay? Whatever religion you were. They all spoke the same language. They all understood each other, okay? It wasn't about who had more or who had less or what a person looked like or whatever. I want to go to that society. I want that society where it doesn't matter what you look like or who has more or who has less. It only matters what's on the inside, what's on the heart, and what's on the mind, okay? That's what you should be judged on, your character, not what you look like or who has more or who has less. Because I'm dressed a different way, I look like a criminal or something like that. But a person who's dressed in a suit and tie and has a different pigmentation and skin color is not. But they can do the same crime and get away with it. They can get a ticket or whatever, or a slap on the wrist. But I get 50 years in prison? Now remember, I'm speaking hypothetically on half this, so y'all gotta work with it, okay? But my point is this, and it's very simple. How is this the land of the free and home of the brave, okay? When my freedom of speech is taken away. So I gotta have a chain on my mouth or a piece of tape on my mouth. I can't speak my piece and I can't drop that knowledge because it'll be wrong for me to speak on how I'm disrespected, even though I apologized. But I have no proof of that because I wasn't recording, or I have nobody to prove that whatsoever. So I get disrespected. But the person who basically told me to get the F off their property, when all I asked was, can I speak to you? And then you cast a lie upon me saying, I demanded to speak to you when I did not. I even apologized before you went over here and tried to escalate this further than it needed to be. So basically you lied twice, but somehow I am the bad guy? I really want to know that. Because like I said, this is supposed to be the land of the free and home of the brave. But for most of us minorities who are not, you know, a certain pigmentation of skin color, it's more like land of the enslaved and hold your tongue or it gets cut off. So I'm basically supposed to be a speak and spell robot. Yes, of course, sir. Whatever you need, sir. Of course, madam. Whatever you require. You can spit on me, piss on me, and whatever else, but I'm supposed to hold my peace. I'm not allowed to speak my piece. You can hear me cracking jokes and everything. There's some females, but you can't hear me when I say I don't want bacon on a burger because I don't eat that. Wow. So this is the land of the free and home of the brave, huh? This is the future we want our kids to grow up in, huh? Where the color of somebody's skin matters. But what's on the inside does not. Wow. Wow. Just. Wow. I'm truly baffled. I don't even know what to say here anymore. So, like I said, what is so important about the Constitution nowadays? Because it feels like anybody who is not a certain pigmentation can wipe their ass with the Constitution, but we can't disobey the constitutional laws. Otherwise, we see life in prison, or should I say anybody who's a minority in a certain country, okay? So, if you're a minority in a certain country, you can see life in prison, but the other person can get away with whatever the hell they want because they dress in a suit and tie and they a certain pigmentation or the right pigmentation. But because I am a different pigmentation, I don't have no freedom of speech. I don't have no right to speak my piece. Well, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. Because like I said, I'm not a racist person. My mama and my father taught me how to see what's on the inside as what counts, not what's on the outside. But I still feel like this country is heading down a dark path where you can't speak your piece verbally or through speech or written speech or whatever kind of form you use, sign language, whatever, sound, music, whatever. You can't speak your piece without it getting called, what's the word I'm thinking of here? Without it being called a defamation of character. But another person who's a different pigmentation can do the exact same thing. They get a slap on the wrist. They get a freaking parade in their eye for doing something bad. But me, or you, or anybody else who's considered a minority in this country can't get away with that crap, excuse me. Yeah, this is the land of the free and home of the brave, all right? More like land of the enslaved and home of the unchained. They say you free, but really, they just see you as a minority. We need to rise up and wise up, because when your freedom of speech is taken away, and you're not allowed to speak your piece on any day, and you gotta walk around with tape on your face just so you won't offend a person with the words you say because you are considered a minority, then how can you be free? When this entire country was built on criminology. So if criminals run everything, then where is the logic in the Constitution? Okay? I want to know that. Y'all comment, y'all like, y'all say what y'all want. I won't block you. Y'all free to say what y'all want. Feel free to share the video. I don't care. But like I said, I spoke in my piece. This is the Hellcat. Peace.